Welcome back to my channel. So this morning I'm going to be doing a video and eyeshadow look using the Sydney Grace Temptalia palette, and this is the On the Horizon palette. I haven't used any of the other two palettes, so I wanted to come on this morning and use this palette while I'm getting ready for work. I'm not sure what look I'm going to do, but I know it's going to be a wearable, colorful look. So let's just see what we can do. I'm going to wing it. Again, like I said, not 100% sure. So I'm just going to zoom you guys in, and then we'll just start the eyeshadow look and just go from there. Okay, now that I have you zoomed in, I have my eyes already primed with the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer in the shade Fair Warm. In this shade here. I moved with my Planning Makeup by Yolanda. So let's see how this works. So we're just going to go with it. So I'm going to take, let's see my brush. I'm going to take this Jaclyn Hill. I believe that's a 23, 22. The bottom is chipped. But it's this white brush here. It kind of reminds you of the Morphe 433 brush. So I'm going to take this brush. And I want to go in with the shade Midnight Courage. And it's a deeper blue because I'm wearing like a navy blue today. So I want to see if I can kind of do a blue kind of wearable look. And it's really looks really intense. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to use this shade here in my outer V. And kind of drag it up into my crease. I'm just going to take a little bit of that on my brush and then lightly tap, because like I said, I don't want it to be too deep, but I want it to be deep enough where you can see it and it's wearable. And this concealer is already creasing on my lid, so I'm hoping it still works out. I'm gonna place a little bit more, and I'm lightly placing this on my eyelid. So I'm gonna place a little bit on the other eye. In the same area, the outer V. Not going too far in towards the middle of the eye, because I don't want this deep blue to take over my eyelid and it becomes too dark. And it's really pigmented. And again, you know, like I said in my other video, with the first palette I used, I really like the formula. It blended really well, really good. The color palette was good. It lasted all day. And I received a lot of compliments when I wore that eyeshadow on my look on last week. So now I'm going to softly blend out this blue. And I'm blending in circular motions. And I'm lightly blending. I'm not really pressing down really hard on my shadow, because I don't want to break it up and make it patchy. But you know, with this concealer. And again, I did not set my concealer. Sometimes I set it, sometimes I don't. But lately I have not been setting it, especially when I'm using color, because I want it to actually stick. And I believe sometimes when you're using powders and stuff to set your concealer, in my opinion, it takes away from the actual color of the shadow, because to me it makes it a little softer. And that payoff, you're not getting that payoff that's actually in that color, and you find yourself packing on a lot of shadow to get the color of the shadow that's in the pan of the palette that you're using. So I try to I've been lately just moving away from setting my concealer so much. I will still do it, but I just haven't been doing it a whole lot. So what I'm doing now is just packing this color back into my outer V with what's on the brush. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and go ahead and get a fluffy brush And this eyelash want to act a fool this morning. I'm sorry. Some days they act right and some days they just do what they want to do. They hang kind of low. Sometimes they just like drop my eyeshadows. I don't know what be going on with them at times. So I'm going to go in with my, I'm trying to find my Morphe brush. My Morphe 535. Because I like using this to blend out shadows. This brush here. I'm going to use it to blend out the edges of this shade, Midnight Courage. And I'm just lightly dabbing it and blending it. Because again, I don't want it too harsh. That's why I didn't place a whole lot of it on my lid. And as you can see now, it's kind of softly blending and transitioning like I like it. Where it doesn't have all these harsh lines. And the color is not so bold that you can't wear it to work. And it stands out so much. Because I like color, but I like color where you can actually wear it and be nice. Not saying you can't wear bold colors, but I like softer, colorful looks at the moment. So I'm not saying I won't wear it, but I won't wear it to work. So let me rephrase that. I won't wear it to work. And I'm just kind of going like in closer to my inner corner and just kind of dragging what's left from trying to fill it out and blend it out. It's a piece of brush on my eyelid. Okay. I like this blue. I put just like the right amount, the perfect amount on my eyelid. I like this. Something's up with this piece of, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this piece of bristle that keeps sticking to my eyelid off of it. Okay. So I'm liking this. I'm trying to decide if I should go in with just a little dab more to kind of deepen up just a little bit. Let's do that. And I only took a little bit more on this fluffier brush so it doesn't pay off a lot more intensity than the other brush. So I can just kind of like dab this one on and not worry about it setting down and packing it as deep because it's on this fluffy brush. Okay, let's do the same for this eye. Just kind of like, I'm just deepening it up just a little bit, not too much. I like it. That's really pretty. I like it. I really do. I want it kind of high over here. So I may want to bring this up just a little bit. I wasn't trying to do that, but I guess with my blending, I just went up a little bit too high. When I added that extra little boost of the color Midnight Courage, but that's okay. We're gonna fix it. We are going to fix it. I'm just kind of flicking it out. So now what I want to do, I'm going to leave that like that and then go ahead and try to apply some shimmer shades. Because like I said, when I go to work, I don't really do a whole lot of detail and try to do that stuff because I like to try to keep it simple so I can go ahead and get out of the house and head to work and be there on time. So I'm just going through my basket from my weekly stash that I posted on yesterday, and I'm looking for my primer. So I'm going to use the Hard Candy Pop and Glitter Stay Primer that I put in my weekly basket for the week to apply some of the shimmer shadow. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of my hand, the norm, and stick it on my eyelid where there's no shadow. And you'll see this will be a lot of my methods, especially when I'm getting ready in the mornings, because I don't have much time to do like halo eyelids and all that stuff, because it takes me a while and a little more time to do those types of looks. But when I'm getting ready for work in the morning, this is like the easiest way to do my eyeshadows, and so I can get on and head up out the door. And this is the method that I love to use. I don't know what you call this eyeshadow look, but it's basic and it's beautiful when I get done with it. So, and it doesn't take a lot of work for me to complete a look. It's just do it and go. Okay. So now I'm gonna take the shade Common Presence, which is this shade here. I'm gonna stick this on my lid area and see how this looks with that blue. Okay, so we're going to stick it right here on towards the outer V. I'm not going to take it all the way into the inner corner. I'm going to keep it mid-lid way to the end of my lid, the outer V of my lid. Oh, it's really pretty. Do the same for this eye. Hand all anyway, I'm sorry. Okay, it's a little messy, but it's gonna come together. This blue is really pretty though. I like it with this Midnight Courage shade in the outer V and the crease. And I'm not taking any more shadow. I'm just lightly blending what's left on my hand. This is like, I'm sorry, this is like a true blue. And I'm not sure what it's coming together, but we're going to go ahead and finish it. So now I'm going to take my same ring finger with the shade Flying High, because I believe this will kind of soften it up a bit, and put that mainly in my inner and marry it with the shade Common Presence. This is a beautiful teal-like shade. Ooh, pretty. Really pretty. And I'm going to take it like to the mid part of my lid. But I don't want to fully cover up Common Presence. Oh, it's pretty. It's coming together really, really pretty. I wasn't sure how it was going to look with these shimmers, this deep, dark shimmer at first. Because like I said, I want it to be a beautiful color that I can wear to work without being too dark. But I like it. It's coming together really pretty. Okay, so now I have that on my lid. I want to go in with, I'm looking for my smaller, fluffier brush so I can kind of fix the crease and stuff with these shades. So now, I'm just going to take this little small, fluffy brush. I'm not going to add any product right now, but just kind of blend out these shadows in my crease, because it's a little harshness going on in my outer V. I'm loving this eye look though. It's coming together like really, really pretty. But what I do want to do is go back in with Flying High and stick it like right up in my crease. Oh, I am so sorry. I'm all off camera. I am so sorry. You can't even see what I'm doing. All out of frame. That's not going to work. Okay. So now I'm going to take a little bit of that Calm and Presence on this fluffy brush and blend it back in my outer V. Because I want to bring that depth back into my outer V. And do the same for the other eye. And I'm just trying to make sure this is blended like really good. Okay. So now I'm going to go back in with, trying to find my, okay, my Jaclyn Hill brush. And to kind of, I'm not putting anything else on this brush, but to kind of soften it up a little bit more. And blend out these shades in my crease. And I'm softly blending in circular motions. Like I said, I don't want to move my eyeshadow around. I just want to make sure it's well blended. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with, I can't find it. I'm trying to find my Total Face palette. Okay, I found it. So now I'm going to go in with my Total Face palette. You know I love this palette to blend out the brow bone area with this shade here. And then pack it on my brow, right up below my brow bone, so I can transition out this shade. Okay, so now I'm going to pack a little bit more, only because this shade is so deep. I don't want it, my brow bone area to be really, really light. I want it to kind of be a little on the deeper side than what it really is. So now I'm just going to blend it out with this brush, with this Morphe brush again, and just kind of transition the two shades together from my crease area up to this brow bone area. I like it. Okay, now I'm going to do my norm, my usual. I'm going to take my makeup wipe and wipe the edges of my eyeshadow look, and take off some of that excess up under my eye area, so that way I'll know what else I need to clean up after I kind of wipe this off. Oh, it's really pretty together. Okay, so now what I want to do is go back in with, I want a more fluffier brush. Let's take this one by BH Cosmetics. It's more of a fiber brush, and I'm going to use this because of the color of the shadows. like the deepness and darkness of it, to make sure that it's it is blended out seamlessly. So I'm gonna take this brush. I'm not gonna apply more product right now. I just want to make sure it's well blended and not harsh. It's really pretty. Doing the same thing to the other eye. Just blending in circular motions to make sure it's blended like really, really well without any harsh lines. It's really pretty. I love it. I love it. So now I'm going to go in with, you know what? It would have been more helpful if I would have had my stuff together from yesterday when I did my makeup. And clearly I'm not together today. It's all in my basket, but it's like all over the place in my basket. So just bear with me with this video. Maybe a little lengthier than others, but I'm just trying to get it together. So now I'm going to take my Maybelline Lasting Stay eyeliner. I did not put in my basket. Was not thinking about it when I did my weekly basket. But I'm going to take some of this liner on my Morphe 212 brush and apply it to my lid as an eyeliner. You know what? To save time, I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my face off camera, and I'll be back to show you guys the final look. So this video don't drag out to about 40 minutes. So I'll see you guys in a bit when I get through with my full face. So I'm back with my full face, and I love how the eyeshadow came out. Because at first I was kind of scared it was going to be like this really deep blue that will draw a lot of attention at work. But it's actually really beautiful. Now, when I did my lower lash line, I went ahead and did my lower lash line off camera to save a little bit more time so I can go ahead and get ready so I can get out the door. But I went ahead on my lower lash line, I added some of the shade Common Presence, like in my, let me zoom you guys in so you can see. So for my lower lash line, I used, again, Common Presence in this outer V area towards the end of my eye, and kind of connected it with the shadows that's on my lid. And then I went ahead and went the shade Heart Dog, which is this shade here. Let me swatch it because it's a really beautiful shade. I can't describe it, but it's a more of a champagne type shimmer, and I like this shade. So what I did with this shade was I popped it into my inner corner in my lower lash line and drug a little bit up to my crease area so I can bring a highlighting effect with that blue so it wouldn't be so deep and dark and too intense for work. So this is the final look with the eyes. I really like this blue. Again, it turned out really beautiful. I love it. I really do love it. I'm zooming you guys back out. I really like this look. I can't speak enough of it because I really have never really just worn blue eyeshadow work because, like I said, it can be intimidating. It's really deep, and it really came out the way I wanted it to come out and look, especially with me throwing in that shimmer, the lighter shimmer shade, the champagne shade, to kind of soften it up a bit. Putting it in my inner corner was like the perfect way to go with this eyeshadow look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have not already, comment, like, and subscribe to my channel if you like my content, and become a part of my family. And I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.